HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Hello, everyone. HCAM News Director Tom Nappy here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's special edition of HCAM News, we look back at some of the great memories from 2024. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this best of edition of HCAM News.
Thank you so much for coming, everyone. Thank you, John. Good afternoon. My name is John Lewis. I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation. I've been on board since September. This is one of the projects that I've been looking forward to very much since my appointment, and we're finally here, May 31st, for the Fruit Street Pickleball and Tennis opening. So I know everyone's anxious to play, so I'll get through my speech pretty quickly, and then we're going to hand it off to CPC and Parks and Rec Commission. So I just want to thank a few people to make this project happen. So first, the Community Preservation Committee. Without them, this project would not have been funded, so thank you, CPC. The Parks and Rec Commission for backing this project since day one, gaining the feedback from the community and making this possible. So Dan Terry, our chair of the commission, Amy O'Donnell, Laura Hanson, Ravi Desari, Seth Kenny, and our new commissioner, Kyle Smith. Thank you all very much. Leonard Design Associates, specifically Andrew from Andrew Leonard Designs, made this park happen, along with Mark Heimlich from Heimlich Landscape. They did an excellent job. Final touches were put in this morning. The fence came down yesterday. They met their deadline that we gave them, so thank you to those groups. And I would not be here being able to do what I do without my staff. Parks and Recreation staff make all the things happen that you guys use daily, our programs, our facilities. We handle the calls, the complaints. Rarely do we get complimented. I want to compliment my staff, Colleen Allen.
Yeah, Colleen.
Maureen Salmon.
Yeah, Maureen.
And Jenny Hart as well.
Yeah.
And lastly, thank you to you, right? This is the community project. We gain feedback from the community on what you would like, and without your support, your voice, we would not be here without you. So a round of applause for everyone who attended. From here, I'm going to turn it over to Dan Terry, the chair of the Park and Rec Commission.
So I can be even briefer than John. Thanks, John. I would reiterate everyone he thanks, but I do want to just point out that one of the key parts in this process, and a part of the process that I thought was most effective. This was a significant investment by the town. It was great funding by CPC. Ken's the chair of the CPC, and he's going to speak in a minute. But for me, I appreciated this whole process because it really did come from requests from the community, and it was the community that came to Parks and Rec and kind of said, we need this. And as we started to run with it a little bit and started to have the funding request take shape to go to CPC, we kind of stood back and let the members of the community come up and just discuss the need and the desire for an investment in something like this. So very proud of this. I mean, I would love to reiterate everything John said in terms of everyone that was involved. A lot of folks at Town Hall were intimately involved in everything from design to getting bids to fielding bids to making sure the whole process went smoothly. I'd also like to point out that this is being delivered a day early and on budget, and we have John to thank for that. He managed to do that in his first 8 or 9 months here. He picked up this project as it was starting to gain momentum. So welcome and thank you very much. And here's Ken Weissmantle, the chair of CPC.
Okay, Ken Weissmantle, 145 Ashley. Speaking as chair of the Community Preservation Committee. We've already gone through most of the thank yous, some of which I was going to thank, but I see our Vice Chairman, Eric Sonnet, is here from CPC. I didn't see any other CPC members here yet. Dan, I'm sorry, yes, Dan, yes. And by the way, you guys got a great recreation advocate in Dan Terry when he's on the CPC. I mean, he puts in a lot of hard work. There's a couple other people that I think ought to get recognized here today too. We have a visitor who's a part-time resident at this point, Ron Clark. Most people don't, well, maybe they remember him as a selectman and planning board for many years ago, but Ron Clark led the town's effort to adopt the bylaw to allow for CPC funding, which takes 2% of your taxes and allows us to fund projects in our 4 areas, which is recreation, open space, community housing, and historic. We're getting there. And so Ron, first of all, he led the charge to adopt CPC, and then while he was on the board of selectmen, he led the charge to buy the Fruit Street property, and he co-chaired the first master plan committee for this entire property. At a time, probably we didn't even know that pickleball existed, but anyway, you can see how this has developed over the years, and this Fruit Street property, which was funded in part by CPC, has really been an asset to the town. And then Ron brings one other key thing to the town. He married up, and he brought Nancy Clark to the town. And Nancy, besides being a now retired history and government teacher in the high school, coached the women's tennis team and took it from a program that was not too good to league champions. And so Ron gets credit for bringing her to town many years ago. So that kind of is the thank you part. Let me go a little bit on CPC. As we've said, we fund in 4 different ways. And if people have an idea, like the people that came before us for this project, think about other things we can do in those four areas. We take requests every October. The deadline is October 10th. We're looking to do big open space purchases, more recreation. Parks and Rec is finishing up on a few of their projects, and hopefully they'll have some big ideas coming up for maybe the next season. So anyway, CPC is going forward on those type of projects. And then the last thing I'd like to do is kind of take a personal note as to why I'll say this project is really important to me as a person. Most people here don't know that my dad was a nationally ranked tennis player. And I learned how to walk on a tennis court. And I had my first racket when I was 2 years old and could barely lift it across the court. And after he stopped playing competitive tennis, then he started teaching tennis in conjunction with his Parks and Rec in Waukegan, Illinois, and the YMCA. It was a joint program, and they were teaching 500 kids in our community how to play tennis every summer. And from that, he went on to the school committee for 12 years, and then he got onto the county board, where he was on the Natural Resources Committee, where he bought up a lot of farms that were for sale in the 60s and 70s in that part of Illinois for open space and forest preserve areas. So it's two or three of the things that are CPC are things that I kind of grew up with, and I kind of really enjoyed that. So anyway, that's kind of, oh, and then the last thing my dad is he was a Port Authority member appointed by the governor, and I'd like to also announce that the boat dock that we've been working on with CPC and Parks and Rec, we're in the process of finalizing a permit. We have an interim permit, and I understand it's going to get delivered on the 25th of June. Congratulations! This is probably one of our longest standing projects. It took forever. Anyway, so at this point, I think we're ready to cut the ribbon.
Just quick housekeeping for the actual courts itself. I know there's been a lot of questions about what use is going to happen, programs, things of that nature. There's a QR code on this table. I'm asking for anyone interested in use of this facility to fill that out. Parks and Recreation is going to use your feedback over the next month to 2 months, gather that information, combine it with our expertise in the field, other communities, and implement those into the fall. So starting in September, we'll have programs, we'll have court reservations, we'll have open play, a mixture of everything. We didn't implement that just yet because we wanted to hear from you, from the community, and how you would like it. So from now, May 31st up till September, these courts are open, free of use, 24/7, well, dawn to dusk, and that's it. So we're gonna ask you guys to work together, police each other. We do have a set of rules and regulations on our website right now. You can check that out. But again, I please ask you to fill out this survey. It's 20 questions. Take your time with it, and we'll go from there.
John, I failed to introduce a couple of other key people on the Parks and Rec Commission. Laura Hanson is our vice chair. Amy O'Donnell has been a member for a couple of years. Kyle over here, Kyle Smith, is a new member, and I just wanted to make sure that I introduced them in case anyone had any questions. Thank you.
They're beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to gather on either side of the opening to the fence, love to have you in the picture. All right. Those who can get on their knee, please do so. You're going to keep coming. Anyone younger than
Yeah, expertise.
Okay, Ken, I'm going to give you a countdown. Ready? 3, 2, 1, cut.
Thank you. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
I first want to say thank you for taking the time to have us here. I really appreciate it. My project was a story walk for the Hopkinton Public Library, and its main objective was to promote healthy outdoor activity.
Could you move that a little closer? It's not quite loud enough.
Okay, is this okay?
That's better?
Again, my project was the story walk for the Hopkinton Public Library, and its main objective was to promote healthy outdoor activity while encouraging love of reading for children. And it took about 1 year to complete, and it's still in use today. They switch out picture books for children to walk along and read at the same time with their parents.
Awesome.
Thank you.
My name is Ben Joyce. Thank you for recognizing us again for our projects. So my project, as Mr. Lagoy said previously, I repaired a previous Eagle Scouts bridge over on Cranberry Trail. And it took me about 6 months, and it's still in use today.
Can you tell me like the logistics and restoring it?
Yeah, so I started out organizing with Mr. Lagoy. He helped me a lot with it, getting the supplies and the help from the troop also. I led the boys to clear a trail as well, and remove the old boards that were all rotted and put on the new ones. Yeah.
Excellent. That's quite the feat. And Dawson?
My name is Dawson Markey. My Eagle Scout project was repairing or cleaning veterans' gravestones at East Hopkinton Cemetery on Clinton Street. I did that because, like, you know, if you fought for our country, you deserve like a clean gravestone, not a dirty one. So it's to like honor, what they did to serve our country, and like they deserve like a clean gravestone. And the planning was kind of tedious. Like it took a lot longer than like the actual project. But I was really proud of myself when I got it done. So I mean, that's really all that matters.
So tell me a bit about the tediousness of the preparation.
I mean, you just have to like email like an adult leader, like there's a whole bunch of like paperwork. It's just like, I don't know, it's kind of overwhelming. But then doing the actual project is like fun. The paperwork, the planning is not.
I would be curious to know from all three of you if you can talk about something that might have gone wrong and how you learned from it, which I think is a skill you're going to use, later in life as well.
I mean, for me, the solution I used to like clean the gravestones, it looked like for the first like couple months that it like wasn't working. Initially, I thought it was going to like work instantly, but it took about like 4 months or something. And I should have like researched before how long it's actually going to take, so that I wasn't like disappointed after a week by not seeing any results. So I mean, that
definitely sounds like a lot.
Yeah, that was definitely a big something difficult about my project and the planning and execution.
Thank you.
Joe?
Well,
I was going to ask him for all three.
You're all going to say something, so I'm.
Okay.
So the most challenging part of my project was when I was taking off the board, since the whole bridge was so rotted, the screws broke off and all of that. So it took me a while to take them all off, but I learned how to do carpentry. My dad taught me, and yeah, I learned a lot from it.
Thank you.
Okay. Sean?
Some of the challenges that I encountered with my project was, one, there was some piping and infrastructure in the ground where I was installing the signs for the story walk. So I actually had to take a step back and design 2 prototypes, one that could be installed into the ground and one that could be hung and would stay attached to a nearby railing. Then another issue was the number of these signs that I had to produce. It was 18 plus 1 with my own plaque on it, and this number was a challenge because there would be mistakes because I was doing all these by hand, and yeah, just making sure that everything was as close to perfect as possible without making any waste.
A whole lot more HCAM news on the way. Don't go anywhere.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
The annual Sharon Timlin 5K and Family Fun Day took place at Hopkinton High School on a beautiful Saturday morning and afternoon. Each year, the event raises thousands of dollars to go towards the Angel Fund to help in the fight against ALS. Here's a look at some of the festivities of the packed event.
Hi, my name is Tess. I'm here representing Absurd Snacks at the Timlin race. We're an allergy-free snack mix, free of the top 9 allergens. You can find us on Amazon, and we have coupons for our website too. We have permanent placement at every Whole Foods from New Jersey to Virginia, and we're here just having people try our snacks. So, yeah.
It looks like they're pretty popular.
Yeah, they are very popular. So, yeah.
And when did you start this?
I'm just an intern for them this summer, but they started in 2022 as a class project, and they just decided to continue it on. So we have 2 founders, Grace and Eli. They're great, love them. So we've been going on for 2 years, so great product.
My name is Mega Shilvant, and this is my friend Annalise Berry.
Hi. Terrific. And what's going on over here?
Making butterflies. We're making butterflies for little kids. It's a Girl Scout event. We love doing this for little children. We make it out of pipe cleaners and coffee grinds, so we're not using too many supplies. And we do it so that kids can join Girl Scouts and we can help the community.
Excellent. What are some of the things the Girl Scouts got going on this summer? Any big activities coming up?
We like lots of volunteering at events, and in the fall we do camping, and yeah, lots of volunteering for events.
And how long have you both been in Girl Scouts?
I have actually not joined Girl Scouts yet. I'm planning on joining over the summer.
And I've been a Girl Scout since 1st grade, so quite a while. Yeah. I'm in 7th grade right now. So.
We're both in 7th grade.
Yeah, 6 years.
All right, wow. What do you like the most about being in the Girl Scouts?
I love how much I help the community. I mean, it makes me feel nice. Like when the kids smile after like making a butterfly, it just makes my heart feel nice, you know?
Cool, so we'll get this done in quick. So to start the proceedings, I'm going to go male overall winner, local Hopkintonian, the great Michael Schroeder in 15:57, which is a 5:08 pace, whipping along. Second place is Jake Hastings from Spencer, 16 flat. Third place, Sean Finnegan in a time of 16:45, another Hopkintonian. There's some tired legs right there. All right, we'll go to the women overall. A name I know well, I think. Overall, women's winner, we're losing a bit of stuff here, is Autumn Tumbleton. She too would be hailing from Hopkins, time of 19:27. Fast running, my lady, 6:16 pace. Well done. Second place, Lucy Harmon, also Hopkinton. 19:34, which close behind Autumn, 6:18 pace. Nice running, Lucy. And closing out the top 3 is Caitlin Dizio from Northborough in 19:49. Nice go, Caitlin.
You know, we had a great day. Obviously, you can see we had sunshine today. It was a beautiful day for it. We had plenty of runners come out. It's always an amazing time to see what they come and support what's dear to our heart, trying to cure ALS. Raise more money to get rid of this horrible disease. A lot of people here have been connected with it because they have a personal connection of losing someone. But so it's that. So everybody's running with a heart. And this year, obviously, if you've seen the T-shirts, we have a heart with 49 on it since Tim Wakefield passed away. We honored him and his wife Stacy because they've supported this race for many, many years.
And this event just seems to continue to grow. How many runners you had, and about how much you've raised so far?
I don't know the number of donations we've had come in. That I'm not sure. It'll come in a couple of days, and we'll find that out. And I believe we had about 800 runners, if I'm close. So it's always been supported really well by the running community. People come from Boston. They come from, we have friends come from Colorado. We've had friends come from Ireland. We've had friends come from everywhere to support what we're doing here.
And for those that don't know, can you talk about where the money goes?
The money goes straight to research. So it goes to Dr. Brown and his lab at UMass Chan Hospital, and then you go straight to trying to break all this down into the DNA and the gene splicing, and it's well above what I know, but that's exactly where all this money goes, through the Angel Fund.
Terrific. And if people want to sign up for next year, where can they go?
They can go to SharonTimlin.org, or you can go to theangelfund.org and sign up. And hopefully we'll see you here next year. It'd be great to fill this out with 1,000+ runners.
My name is Earl Snyder. Played for the Sox for a couple years back in the early 2000s, and bumped into Mike and Dawn at the 2004 World Series event we had a couple months ago. And I live close to here, and they asked if I would be part of it, and absolutely not a question. It's great to be here.
Excellent, and it looks like a great turnout today.
Yeah. This is my first year, so I know they've been doing it for well over 20 years now, or about 20 years anyway. And I don't know what it looks like in the previous years, but it seems like a great turnout here today.
Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.